to 1990, as Michael said, when Nigel Benn first locked horns with Chris Eubank Sr. The victor that day was Chris Eubank. He went on to win the WBO middleweight crown. 3 years later, they got it on again, this time a unification fight, this time in the super middleweight division, and it was a draw. We all hoped for a third one. That didn't happen. The baton has now been passed to the Sons. Finally, we get to see Benn versus Eubank again. Here we are, 32 years after their second fight. The unbeaten Conor Benn, with a record of 23-0, 14 knockouts, will move up in weight to take on the current IBO middleweight champion, Chris Eubank Jr., with a record of 34-3, with 25 knockouts. A fantastic undercard as well. Liam Smith versus Aaron McKenna. Anthony Yard will take on Lyndon Arthur again. Crispin Smith versus Brandon Glanton. And my favourite fight on the undercard, Vidal Riley will take on Chef Clark, another Matchroom versus Boxer showdown. The event is being brought to you by Ring Magazine, SNK Corporation, the publisher of the famous video fighting game Fatal Fury, City of Wolves, Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing, and Ben Shalom of Boxer. And the event will be broadcast on the Zone worldwide and Sky Sports box office in the UK and Ireland. When this fight was officially announced about 6 weeks ago, I remember Eddie telling me this will be bigger than when it was supposed to happen in the autumn of 2022. I completely disagreed. I didn't know if it could be bigger. Then the O2 pre-sale record was done. This time round, I think you probably all saw Eddie's tweet, the pre-sale record has been broken again. And this will be not just the biggest fight in the UK this year, undoubtedly that's fact. It will probably be one of the biggest fights we've ever seen in the UK. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. All right, there are many people on stage. I want to run through this very, very quickly. I just want to quickly say hello to Jonathan Banks down there, Ronnie Davis, Ronnie, see there you go, Ben Shalom, Chris Eubank Jr., Eddie Hearn, Nigel Benn, Conor Benn, and Tony Sims. Great to have you here as well, Tony. I want to start with you, Ben. This time we didn't really get to hear from you much last time. Again, an incredible event. You wasn't part of what should have been their first fight. How does it feel to be part of this one?
Oh, it's incredible. I knew it was big when we got the deal done, but yesterday was special. I want to thank all the media as well as the fighters. The media reception and pickup of this, every front page, every back page of every newspaper, it just feels big. It feels bigger than boxing. It feels bigger than sport. This is going to be the biggest event of the year. And it's Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Benn. The first one felt like born rivals. This one, it's not to do with the dads anymore. This is about 2.5 years of rivalry, 2.5 years of controversy. And now we're here for one of the biggest events in boxing, the biggest event in British boxing.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I echo that as well, Sam. Not just in British boxing, I think one of the biggest events in boxing this year. Let me bring in Chris Eubank Jr., the champion. It's right, and I speak to you first. They all say it's all fair in love and war, but did you cross the line at the end of the press conference on Tuesday with the eggs and the slap in the face?
Did I cross the line? I mean, during this whole process over the last 2.5 years, I think many lines have been crossed. I'm sitting up here today on a stage with two of the scummiest characters in boxing, in my opinion. A drug cheat and a man who did everything in his power to help him get away with it. So, me throwing an egg at somebody who absurdly claims that is the reason why he failed 2 drugs tests because of contaminated eggs, I think that's light, and I think that's deserved. He deserved the embarrassment of what happened. If I had an opportunity to do it again, I would. Unfortunately, I come unarmed today. I've been thoroughly searched multiple times, couldn't sneak any in. But in all seriousness, this is a real fight. This is going to be a bloodbath. This is going to be like the first fight between my father and Nigel Benn. It's going to be special.
Does that mean, following up from that last part, does that mean that more respect from you is now given to Conor Benn, considering that you thought this would be a bit easy work, you famously said a couple of years ago?
You know, I've always respected every fighter I fought, bar one. You know, respect for me is reserved for fighters who are true, who don't cheat. If you cheat, I don't care how many fights you've had, how brave you are, how well you've done, I don't respect you. So no, there is no respect in this fight.
Eddie Hearn, let me bring you in. You've been here before, this stadium, you packed it out, AJ versus Alexander Usyk. Does this one just feel a bit more different because of the spice between the two people?
Yeah, I think different and very personal. You know, you saw what happened.
Eddie, come on, Eddie.
Listen, you ain't sitting there dressed like that.
Come on, Eddie.
What I'll tell you is this.
What do you think
This is the first. This is the first
changed
time
in the last 48 hours?
This is what's changed. The first time I've heard you talk about the fight.
Nothing has changed.
What has changed is
I did not
we had
want to hear
130,000 people.
There's no speech. There's no speech you're going to make.
There's been a lot of speech. I'll ask you this: do you want to win this fight? Because I don't. Like, what desire have you got in boxing now? Honestly, what is this fight all about for you?
This fight is everything. This fight is, it's career defining. It's groundbreaking. It means more to me than the money involved.
That's what I want to hear.
It's
because I don't believe it and I didn't believe it.
Okay, well that's good.
Does it really?
What you
How
believe
bad?
is extremely irrelevant to me, my
It's
friend.
not, because I don't know if you want it anymore.
It doesn't matter what you do or don't know. Who are you? I'm here to speak to Conor.
Are you? Speak to him or?
Speak to him, taunt him, find out what's in his mind. Again, you said something absurd in the last press conference. You said this isn't the Chris Eubank Jr. show. Whose show is it? Is it yours?
No, I mean partly.
No.
But I would say
This show
I would
has
say
nothing
it's
to
a
do with
partnership.
Chris, you fought for the IBO World title in Leisure Centre. Shut up, man.
Okay,
Like, seriously, like, you're an idiot.
this is what I want to hear. I don't want to
You're
hear
an idiot. You fought for the IBO World title in Leisure Centre. That's like your greatest accomplishment.
But listen, I like what you said about Ben Eubank.
I've won the IBO 3 times.
And do you know what?
I got
Do you know what? I turned it down. It ain't a legitimate world title.
Okay.
It's hard, it may be hard for you to hear. You're an idiot.
Listen, I'll just reverse it. I love the fact you said Ben Eubank won. Fantastic. I hope you want to win this fight badly. What I will say,
I don't want
You
to.
keep your mouth
I don't know
closed.
how many times I'm going to say it.
Well,
you're
you're
not
gonna
going to
have
get.
to-
You're not going to get your speech
because in our conversation,
doesn't matter any way you weasel your way in. I am not listening to your bullshit.
you don't have to listen.
I know
You
I
just
don't
have to sit there.
No.
Yes, you do.
I'm not sitting here.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
Anyway,
not
to
listening.
the media, a very
You
important
can keep
question.
trying to talk over me. But guess
Robert
what?
Smith,
It will not
this
work.
applies to you. This is important.
Adem,
This is important.
control it.
I
Control
feel
it.
that we're here again with you.
Because I'll be here all day.
I will say,
Going
when I
back and
spoke to Robert Smith the other day,
I
just
know,
so the
I know how
media
bad
can
he
hear
wants to
me,
make this press conference about himself.
Conor Benn
Which is why you see
will
it
fight
in
under a British
between me and
boxing
Conor.
border control license.
Conor should be sitting where
And
he
we have
is.
carried that
But
process
I can
through. It's
talk
very
over his
important.
bullshit for as long as you guys want. I'm enjoying this.
So
Trust
am
me.
I. It doesn't
I can
matter.
be here
Because you're
all
going to
day.
get sparked
You
out
will
on
not
April
win.
26th.
You will not
Sparked
win.
out.
That's good.
Because you don't care anymore.
That's good.
You don't care anymore.
That's good.
Good.
Eddie, let's hear from Conor Benn.
There you
Conor,
go. Let's hear from
here
Conor.
we go, Conor. This is what you've been waiting for 2.5 years. Reaction to what happened on Tuesday. A lot of people haven't heard from you from what happened on Tuesday. I saw the rage in your face. Here you are now, just a few feet away from the man that did it. What's your thoughts?
No, the same. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. That's all there is to say to him. I can't wait for him to get absolutely smashed to pieces April 26th. His own team don't even like him. Look at his team. Watch the press conference. His own team don't even like him. They're pretending. They're pretending.
Ben, you pretending, Ben?
Of course he is. He ain't even getting paid.
Connor, who's at the end there?
Shut up.
Who's at the end?
Listen, don't open your mouth, so I'll come over there and slap you, silly
UK's
bollocks.
that team.
Sorry, Mum.
Who's at the end?
I thought it was Keith Connolly today. No,
That's
sorry,
okay.
I can't see. I can't see.
That's Nigel Benn, one of the best middleweights and
And he's slapped me too.
country's ever produced.
Sorry,
Eddie,
Mum.
very quickly, sorry to pause.
I don't know if I'm
very
allowed
quickly.
to talk, but
The
what?
ring
No,
magazine.
you are not
I'll
allowed
do
to
my
talk
best.
for the 4th time tonight.
I do my
Very, very quickly,
best.
guys.
You're nice.
Let's have someone Pete, I've been told, to have a special gift for you.
From His Excellency, yes.
Is it from His Excellency? Someone's going to bring it up.
Today. Where is it?
What is the gift?
Very nice. Here.
In a Tottenham Hotspur bag as well.
Thank you, Douglas. How are you, sir? Thank you very much.
It's an egg.
I walked into His Excellency today and he said this is going to be presented to you at the press conference.
If you guys want to hear something really funny, I don't know what this shit is, but you know, this worm actually tried to put in my fight contract that I couldn't say anything negative about promoters.
Absolute rubbish.
During the press.
Absolute rubbish.
You believe
listen,
that?
You don't get sued by me. You're being sued by other promoters.
This guy has built his whole career around talking shit about people, and then he's going to.
You got that well wrong.
So that I can't say
Speak to your
anything
man on the
about
right about that.
That's who we're dealing with.
That's another thing you got wrong.
That's who we're dealing
As
with.
well as getting dressed today.
One of the big things, that's a present from the Ring magazine.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you.
One of the big things that came out of the first press conference was that there's a rematch clause put in this. I believe, Ben, you put this rematch clause in.
Can we please not go over this again?
What? A lot of people didn't come on
It's
Tuesday.
boring, it's
a lot of
irrelevant.
people, Chris, didn't come on Tuesday.
Everybody heard you guys going back
While
and forth
rematch
about
clause was
rematch
put in,
clauses.
Ben. While the rematch clause put in.
There's a rematch clause, and that's it. Let's talk about something exciting. In fact, I have something that's been bothering me for years now. And I'm gonna get it off my chest. The first fight, 20,000 people bought tickets, hotel rooms, plane tickets, accommodation. They planned the whole weekend around this fight. None of them were compensated by Eddie, Matchroom, Conor. Worse than that was the undercard. There were a number of fighters who went through entire camps, and camps are not cheap. You know, thousands, if not tens of thousands of pounds are spent on trainers, gym fees, nutritionists, physiotherapists. These fighters all paid for their camps. They lost all that money, and they were never compensated. And that's always bothered me. Obviously, I wasn't compensated for what I spent either, but that's neither here nor there. I just want to set that wrong right now and say that from my purse for this fight, I will be giving £50,000 to the fighters on that undercard to split between them.
I thought he was going to say each.
To cover some of the losses that they incurred. I don't need a point. It's okay. I'm not doing this for awards. One thing I will say is that I hope Eddie and Conor both put up their own £50,000 because they're all our fighters.
Well, what we did was everybody fought instantly. So, but thank you, that's a lovely gesture. I'll let everyone know and just let us know where to invoice the 50 grand. That'd be good.
You obviously won't be receiving any.
The
fighters on the undercard.
I do think it's a lovely touch. Everybody fought immediately and they all, got active. But I think it's a lovely touch. I'll go back over the card. I'll find out who was on and I will get
You don't have to do any of it.
You won't, because you talk bollocks.
No,
you won't actually do it because you're a bit. You won't.
I'm the one person in this room that does speak the truth.
Oh, leave off.
I'm the one person in this room that isn't worried about the repercussions.
Listen.
There's other fighters, we can't say anything to Eddie, we can't say anything about Eddie because he controls the money. I don't give a shit.
Nor do I.
Well, that's good.
But that's a lovely gesture. So.
I know it's a lovely gesture.
Very nice.
Keeping on the subject of purses and money, many of you would have heard that Eddie boasting about this 60-40 split that he secured for his team and Conor and himself. Just an absolute lie, which is not surprising.
Well, I thought it was 70-30, but then you said 60-40.
You said 60-40. The truth of it is, Uncle Turkey flew in and saved the day like the superhero that he is. This is Saudi's show. He called me, he said, what do you want to make this fight? I want it. Tell me what you want. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I got to be a businessman here now. And any good businessman in any negotiation, they start with an aggressively high number. And then there's counter-offers.
Wow,
Genius. And there's counter-offers and compromises, and eventually you get down to the number that's agreed. So I gave him a diabolical number. You know, I gave him an inconceivable number. And he said, done. I'll send you the contract on Monday. And I'm thinking, oh, I could have got more there. Could have got a little lamp or a couple of watches added in. But you know what? I was happy with the deal. I'm not greedy.
You're not greedy, no.
No, not at all.
Anyway,
the point of the story is there is no splits, there's no percentages. He didn't negotiate.
I was only putting your plonker. Why are you getting?
Oh yeah, now it was just a joke, but before it was serious.
What we did, we got the number we were happy with.
That's
we
right.
got the number that we think provided value for His Excellency.
That's right.
The difference
There was no
between
60-40 split.
the difference between
So
you
you
and
lied to
Conor
the
is
public in front of
he
everybody,
wants-
and now I'm setting it straight.
He wants to beat you. Forget the money. This is not about the money for Conor Benn. This is only about the money for you.
No, it's not.
It is.
And again, why are you speaking to me?
Because you're speaking to me.
I'm speaking about you. I'm not speaking to you.
Now. You're listen.
I don't want you
I'm in your
addressing
head
me.
rent free. All you do is talk about
I
it.
don't want to hear you anymore. If you lie to the public, I'm going to expose you.
I'm worried.
I'm not one of your little puppets. If you say bullshit, I'm going to call it out.
Then if I'm doing that,
You
it's
lied
a long
about the
conversation.
60-40 split?
You're going to go.
I'm setting
I
it
think
straight.
it's better than a 60-40 split.
No, listen, you did a terrible job for your guy. We got everything we wanted.
You happy?
But the point is, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, he owns the show, Saudi owns the show, they're getting the pay-per-view, the tickets, all of that stuff, and he's guaranteeing me and Conor
Correct.
our purses.
And
There's
thank
no
you very
split.
much. And it's going to be the biggest fight in British boxing history.
Absolutely.
All down to you.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Derek. Clapping.
Oh, thank you, Derek.
Thank you. Let's hear from someone that wasn't at the press conference on Tuesday. That's the trainer of Conor Benn, Tony Sims. Tony, you're the man that's got to get Conor ready to have the toughest fight of his career, get Conor ready to jump up a couple of weight classes. How confident are you that you can get the job done come April 26th?
Yeah, it's actually nice to talk about boxing and the fight. And yeah, it's been a long time coming, and we started camp a couple of weeks ago out in Mallorca, and obviously we've come back for the press conference. But as you know, Conor's last couple of fights have been at 154, so the 160 ain't too big a jump for him. And he'll be in great condition on the night, and we've obviously got our game plan, and Chris has got his game plan. And as Eddie was saying, it's probably the biggest fight in British boxing. We all know the dads had two great fights. I was actually at the second fight at Old Trafford. I was friends, obviously, in them days with Nigel. And I remember the build up to that fight, the atmosphere that brought, and I believe 30 years on, the atmosphere and we're all looking forward to such a great night, and I think it's going to be an absolute fantastic fight. Conor's going to bring that ferociousness to the fight. You know, he's a carbon copy of his dad. Chris has obviously got the experience and a bit of weight on him, and he's a carbon copy of his dad as well. So I think we're all in for a great night of boxing.
Let's stay on that side. Let's welcome in Nigel Benn. Nigel, obviously, look, you're fully confident your son can get the job done, but you know more than anyone.
100%. I don't see it going past 4 rounds. And where, like, you know, they say, like, Conor's jumping up 2 weights. Conor walks around at 12 stone. I know my son. And if Liam Smith gave him the problem that he did in the first fight, that's Liam Smith. He don't punch like Conor. He does not punch like Conor, and I know Conor can do 12 rounds. Me personally, like I said yesterday or Tuesday, I said I'm more confident in this fight than I had with me and Chris Senior. I just feel that Conor's just going to go out there, mate, and just give it to him, put it on him. And I know he would do that. I'm 100% confident in Conor doing that. I'm so relaxed, so sure. I know what my son can do. He's actually the best, a much better fighter than me. I could never box like Conor. I was just going in and have a bang. I just want to have a war. But Conor's got all of them in his locker, mate. Every single thing. I'm so confident. I don't see it going past 4 rounds. And it's not even 4 rounds. It's like when Conor catches him. When Conor catches him, so it could be round 1, round 2. I don't see it going to past 4 rounds, and that's my opinion, and that's what I believe. I know what my son can do, and he fights bigger guys inspiring than him. That are hard. I just know my boy, and I'm so confident.
Conor, your whole team's
Nigel, just before we move on, I
Yeah.
got to just say something.
Yeah.
You know, I understand the frustration and the heat that you were experiencing a couple of days ago after I egged Conor.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought you actually glassed him, mate. And that's why I nearly got my hand around your throat.
I understand.
Yeah.
But you did put your hand on my neck.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a pass because of what happened, but I'm just letting you know if your hand never touches me again, you won't get it back.
Shut your fucking mouth. Do you hear me?
No,
Can't
It couldn't look kind of.
Hey, say, but it's threaten my dad again. Watch what happens to you.
Yeah.
I'm not threatening him. I'm just letting him know.
Do you hear what I said? Do you hear what I said?
There's no.
Do you hear what I said? Well, he did get his arms around your neck.
Come on, neither got it, mate. I can handle this, mate. I'm old school, mate. Like this, if he's dad, I'm old school, mate. So this is not a problem. I understand, and I apologise for doing that, mate. I really am sorry that I've done that. You know what I mean? You put your hand on my son.
Yeah, because we are.
He's just upset because his dad don't like him.
What?
No, he's just upset because his dad don't like him.
Yeah, I know.
He can't be. Shut your mouth.
Nobody else.
Shut your mouth. Your dad don't like you. You understand?
I don't-
No. You just
I don't
tell
think
him.
my
Just
dad
admit.
likes
Just
me.
admit it.
I'm here.
Just admit it. That's
I'm
it.
ready to go.
That's it. Look at your team. Dysfunctional.
Yeah, you know what it is. I think at the end of the day, like I said, it's like he's poked the bear. I just know what's going to happen. Listen to me. I'm telling you, this does not go past 4 rounds.
Okay, we got it.
I'm telling you, no, you're going to be done. For sure, 100% sure. So confident in what my son can do.
Conor, your team's obviously full of confidence. You're the man though that's going in the ring, jumping up a couple of weight classes.
Oh, they ain't really got anything to say. This whole thing's just getting on my nerves, to be honest. I ain't got nothing to say. There's no question you can ask me. Eubank, I can't wait to smash your head in.
Mission
26. I can't wait to smash your head in.
Mission.
Listen, I've heard enough of your boys talking shit this whole time. Again on Tuesday. Just shut your mouth. April 26th, you're getting your head smashed in.
I can't wait, my friend. I can't wait.
All right, let's get a couple of final words from Ben Shalom. Ben, here we are. That's the big one. Again, we didn't even need to do this press conference.
It's crazy, honestly. 130,000 people in the waiting room. I've never seen it on a pre-sale. The biggest event this year. I do have to question when Eddie says they didn't do it for money. They had an opportunity to fight for a world title. It's clearly for money. It's clearly a cash out. It's clearly 2 fights. Probably the last 2 fights of Conor's career. But this will be the biggest fight we've seen in the past 2 decades, whether people like it or not, in British boxing. And that's what it's about. And as I say, I have to thank the media, I have to thank everyone that got behind this event, because this is special. And on April 26th, we're going to see something that we've not seen before.
Eddie, I can always tell from the media turnout just how big an event this is. You've been involved in some enormous events. This must be right up there with some of the biggest you've done.
I'd like them to do it now.
Eddie. Come on, Eddie.
I'll tell you what.
You know what's going to happen.
Go on, you try, go on.
Just don't say anything.
Okay.
Just ignore,
I'll say this.
Ignore Adam.
I wish you could do it now.
Okay.
Now.
Good.
Out there.
That's
now.
enough. That's enough. That's
I'm going to
enough.
enjoy every minute.
Let's not get excited.
I'm too excited. Too excited. It's going to be sweet as a nut. Thank you.
I feel rude if I don't ask Ronnie Davis a couple of words. Ronnie is sat on the top table. You've
To do it again with the son, it's unbelievable. It's going to be a great fight. May the best man win, which allows you. Eubank, so disrespect, Tony Simmons, Nigel, Conor. He's too big for you, mate. He weighs
Davis, don't start with that big talk. I've told you multiple times.
Right.
I'm too good. You've got to tell him I'm too good. Come on.
Let me rephrase it, will you? Anyway, he's too good for him, he's too fast, he's too hard, he's too clever. Eubanks is brilliant, and he's going to smash Ben. How's that
Go
sound?
on. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, I know you don't say much. I know you don't even want to be on the top table, but I've got to ask you, any final words, Mr. Jonathan Banks?
I've never said that I ain't gonna be here, but I've been a part of a lot of fights and brought fires, British guys fighting each other. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a big fight, and as it's been repeated over and over again, both guys can't wait to get their hands on each other. And me personally, I'm looking forward to it.
Should be a cracking fight. Remember, tickets go on general sale tomorrow at Ticketmaster.com at midday. The fight will be live on the Zone worldwide and in the UK. No, Derek, no questions. And will be live on Sky Sport Box Office in the UK as well.
One question, please.
Okay, one question, Derek.
This is a question for Eddie and Greg.
You can't ask Eddie a question. You know
Oh,
that.
shame. Sorry, Derek. Apparently you can't answer
I want
me.
to ask my question.
He doesn't have permission to talk.
You like this one, yeah? You're so confident that your fighter will win. You're so confident that your fighter will win. You guys might want to make a bet on it, a $100 bet on it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
100 grand bet?
Thank you for earning me another 100 grand. I appreciate it, Derek.
We'll do it.
You ain't earning nothing out of the show, Ben.
Connor, I think I'm earning more than you, mate.
You definitely
I think I'm
ain't
earning more than you.
nothing. I know you ain't
I've seen
earning
your
nothing.
deal,
I
and
know
I'm
you
earning
ain't
more than
seen
you.
nothing, though.
So just be careful,
I've seen
mate.
nothing.
I'll show you what I'm earning.
Nothing though.
Right, the fighters are going to go face off.